One of the last George Lucas-era Luke Skywalker stories accidentally ended up being Star Wars canon after the Lucasfilm continuity relaunch in 2014. Star Wars has been a transmedia franchise since its beginning, but it saw something of a resurgence in the 1990s. Timothy Zahn's popular Thrawn trilogy set up an expanded universe in countless other mediums, fleshing out the entire Star Wars timeline. Disney bought Lucasfilm and Star Wars in 2012, and in April 2014 it was officially confirmed that the entire expanded universe was no longer canon. Surprisingly, though, this simple decision led to a great deal of confusion around one specific novel, Heir to the Jedi by Kevin Hearne. This became one of the earliest canon Star Wars novels, more by accident than intent. Heir to the Jedi was one of the first canon Star Wars novels. Heir to the Jedi is the third ever Star Wars novel in the canon and the first to be told from Luke Skywalker's first-person point of view. The book takes place shortly after A New Hope, following the Battle of Yavin, and sees Luke struggling with the loss of Obi-Wan Kenobi and his lack of a mentor, particularly as it pertains to his ability to wield the Force. Although Luke attempts to grow in his aptitude with the Force independently, he has difficulty doing so without a Jedi Master to train him. Heir to the Jedi was originally part of a Legends trilogy. This Luke Skywalker story is considered accidentally canon in part because Heir to the Jedi was originally intended to be in the Star Wars Legends timeline. In fact, the book was going to be part of a novel series, Star Wars, Empire and Rebellion. Initially, this was actually meant to be a trilogy, with Heir to the Jedi being the third installment. Instead, this Star Wars book duology consists only of Star Wars, Razor's Edge, written by Martha Wells, and Star Wars, Honor Among Thieves, written by James S. A. Corey. Razor's Edge and Honor Among Thieves were relegated to Legends with the Disney acquisition of Star Wars and the 2014 continuity relaunch, but Heir to the Jedi was separated from the other two novels and established as canon. This move was particularly surprising because the trilogy was intended to focus on each of the original trilogy's three main heroes. Razor's Edge focuses on Princess Leia, Honor Among Thieves centers on Han Solo, and Heir to the Jedi is about Luke Skywalker. By separating the three, Leia and Han Solo stories were removed from canon, yet Luke's was not what Heir to the Jedi adds to Star Wars canon. One of the most interesting aspects of Heir to the Jedi is the extent to which Luke struggles with his lack of a mentor. In terms of the original trilogy, that difficulty is missing somewhat. The end of A New Hope sees Luke triumphant, even aided by Obi-Wan Kenobi after his death when he destroys the Death Star. The Empire Strikes Back begins with Luke having a harrowing close call with death himself, but his anxieties about his abilities and his capacity to learn and grow in the Force on his own are minimally explored before he departs for Dagobah.